What up, QC crew? King Day is in the mother building. Burn it up, what's up?
Warning. Everything said in this video and on this platform is strictly my opinion and all alleged. Here, we speak about hot topics on YouTube and other social media platforms for entertainment and conversational purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised.
What it do? It's your homie King Day here in King's Corner, and I am back with another reaction video for you. Now look, y'all. A couple days ago, I ran across a TikTok of DARIUS COOKS saying something about Tabitha Brown and Tabitha Brown products and her deal that she has with Target. And let me give y'all a little bit of background. If you guys already know who DARIUS is, I just want to let you know, I have just discovered the accusations against him and his history with his employees, his businesses, and his customers. Okay, literally fresh. Now, I will not say that this is my first time seeing DARIUS. I ran across one of DARIUS's videos about 2.5 years ago, right? And the video had nothing to do with business. It had nothing to do with cooking. I didn't even know that this dude cooks. You know what I'm saying? The video that I ran across, I only watched it one time. I was going down this rabbit hole about something totally off topic. It literally has nothing to do with the things that DARIUS puts out. Now, I didn't know who this man was, period. He made a video about a topic that I was looking up, and I seen him that one time, and that's it. Now, about a good month ago, for whatever reason, his videos started to pop up on my TV. Now, me and my wife watch YouTube just as much as your average person probably watches Netflix, okay? YouTube is our Netflix, although we have Netflix, but YouTube is our place to be, right? So I'm like, I remember him from 2.5 years ago when I was looking up Boo Bop the Doo-Wop. And I was like, what he doing? So I click on the video and I said, oh, okay, DARIUS a little sassy. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't get that from the video that I seen some years ago. I didn't get sassy from him. Maybe it was just more of a serious topic. You know what I'm saying? So I started watching him and I said, man, I could watch this all day. He does not really do like mukbang style videos. He more so goes around and he rates people's restaurants, the aesthetic of the restaurant, the cleanliness of the restaurant, the food in every aspect, the way it's plated, the way it tastes, what is missing, what the restaurant can do better to make the dish a little bit better. He talks about the price points, all of that. And so I was like, I enjoy DARIUS doing this. I enjoy his content, right? So I've been watching it. Every now and then something will pop up and I'll just click on it. If I'm in the middle of editing and I got my TV on, I go to YouTube and his video pop up, I click on it and I watch it. So now the other day when this video comes up of him talking about Tabitha Brown's products and what he would have done or what she could have done differently and how she could be a little bit more successful in the industry, with selling her products. I said, I've never seen him do anything outside of the food reviews or the restaurant reviews, rather. So I watch it. Now, y'all know TikTok, it probably was like 1.5 minutes, the clip I seen. And so I said, okay. Now, I'm not like a super fan of Tabitha or anything like that. I am a fan of Tabitha. I'm not a super fan of Tabitha. And I won't say that I'm a super fan of DARIUS. I won't even say I'm a fan of DARIUS yet, but I would say I enjoy the restaurant reviews. I'm sorry. A lot of people do not like DARIUS. His name's DARIUS COOKS. That's not his real name, but he goes by DARIUS COOKS. And his name on the street is DARIUS COOKS. So when you get a name on the street like that, a lot of people don't fool with you. So I'm late to the party, okay? But like I said, I do enjoy his restaurant reviews and ain't nothing gonna change that, right? So DARIUS states his opinion about Tabitha Brown and the internet is going crazy, okay? Especially because y'all know that time Wendy Williams had said something about Tabitha and then Tabitha had like prayed for Wendy and then like ever since then, Wendy been gone with the wind. Okay, so people are like, tread lightly when you talking about TT because you don't want to mess around and find out. Okay, so Auntie Tabitha Brown got a word around the street too. She got a little word on the block. It's just don't mess with her. Don't fool with her. She has a very close connection with her higher power. Okay, so I said, let me find something to react to, for the next couple of days. And again, this topic is still coming up. So I took a deeper dive. I found a YouTube channel that was reacting to the situation who brought up some points I didn't know Darius had dealings in, like allegedly scamming customers, scamming employees, restaurants being opened and all of them being shut down. And so I kind of went through a DARIUS COOKS rabbit hole and I found the news articles and the news reports. And yeah, I seen him in court for allegedly doxing someone's information. And it was a lot. And I was like, whoa, I wasn't expecting this from this guy that I watch and I found on social media doing food reviews or restaurant reviews. It was a lot, right? So I said, let me see if I can find a longer version of where everything started. See if I can find some reasoning behind all of this foolishness and all of this mess. And in the midst of doing that, as I'm scrolling down my feed, a video pops up that Darius uploaded about 4 or 5 days ago. And he's pretty much saying, I said this about Tabitha and I will not apologize and whoop, whoop, whoop. Mind you, this is the same channel that I watch him do the restaurant reviews on, and that video has never popped up. So everything is just falling in my lap, okay? At this point, I have found a longer version of that TikTok that I've seen of him pretty much talking about Tabitha Brown's products. And when I say talking about, I don't mean like negatively. It's just the business aspect of the products and what she should have done and what he would have done and all of these things. And then I went ahead and got Tabitha's response to that video. And then lastly, I said, we're going to see how he ends it all, in that video that I seen he posted on YouTube. So look, I've been yapping long enough. That's just a little bit of the backstory. I like to tell y'all a little bit of backstory and the things that I'm familiar with the particular person, because in the comment section, y'all be wanting to tussle. And I tell y'all, leave a comment. I like to talk, not tussle. Y'all be wanting to tussle so bad. I'm not tussling with y'all. Baby, let's just talk about it, all right? Drop down in the comment section what you know Darius for. Have you ever heard of Darius? Have you heard of this situation? What's your thoughts on the situation before we get started? Because I want to see if the way you feel at the beginning is how you feel at the end, all right? Don't be scared to go back in that comment section and write a updated comment, or even go to your original comment and edit. Now, you ain't got to edit the first thing that you wrote, but you can definitely let me know, hey, those were my thoughts at the beginning and these are my thoughts at the end, all right? So look, I ain't gonna hold you. I never do. If you fuck with me like I fuck with you, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. We're gonna get straight into this video. Let's get it. Let go.
It's no money in the seasoning game. And the only reason she doing this seasoning game like the way she doing it, to save face. It's no money in seasoning. It's no money in seasoning. Y'all, I know people who are taking their product to Target, to Walmart. And they have gotten out of Target and gotten out of Walmart because it's costing them more money to keep up. It's costing them more money to keep up. And then, I don't know if you know this, right? Let me tell you what happened. This is how merchandising works. You get a contract with Target.
Okay, so Darius was giving his perspective on the situation.
I didn't know that we had a little commentary in between here, so we're gonna just let this play. We're gonna let it roll out.
With Marion and Boss Lady. If you don't know, Boss Lady and Marion got together and created a seasoning bundle. Yes, Marion has her own seasonings out now, and y'all know Boss Lady had her own seasonings, from the Chef Carmen situation, right? Well, Darius is pretty much saying it's not going to work. He gives them 3 months. However, he didn't stop there. He then went further into his explanation because he liked to do a breakdown. And Tabitha Brown comes up.
Okay.
Now, I didn't know that it's some type of beef between them. But check out what he had to say. Or maybe it's not a beef, but according to what I've seen, this is not the first time he has brought up Tabitha's name. And not in a good way, supposedly. Check it out.
Okay.
You go in stores.
I appreciate that. I needed that. Okay.
Target buy cases of product from you. They write you a check, $45,000. They need 8 pallets tomorrow. Okay. So if you don't have the capital, you finna be screwed. So you get all your stuff, you hire all this labor. It's like pre-sales. You sell all the 8 cases to Target. Now watch this. Target put your product on the bottom shelf. Target put your product not in optimal eyesight. Target bought 8 pallets from you. If you don't sell them 8 pallets, guess what happened? You owe Target money. That's in the contract.
Oh, yeah?
Tabitha got her name on something. There's two different concepts. Target coming to you to use your name is one thing. And I'm going to go a step further. She a fool for doing that. I don't care if they paying her $3-4 million. She's a fool for doing that. How many followers does Tabitha Brown have? Millions, right?
Mm-hmm.
She could convert 1 million of her followers into buying a $56 air fryer. That's $56 million to your bottom line.
Okay.
She a fool for doing it. There's no goddamn way in hell.
So what he's saying is she should take her product and just sell her product solely. Not through Target, not through Walmart, not through nobody. She should just have her website and sell her product by herself. That's what he's saying. Look, I got an opinion on a couple of things. This business stuff, I don't have an opinion on because I'm not an expert at it. You know what I'm saying? I've had a couple of businesses and I can't say that they were really good and I can't say that it was really bad because I did learn the lessons that I needed to learn in those businesses. So this ain't my forte, so I'm gonna let him speak. But I do have an opinion on some stuff. Let's get it.
I would have ever signed my name. I don't give a how popular I was. I would have never signed my name to Target.
Can't put this down. It's so good.
I don't care if Target giving her $10 million.
Okay, why not?
She could have started her own company.
Mm-hmm.
She could have sold her own product.
Okay.
$56 million out the gate. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way in hell I would have ever. 20 million ain't even enough. This woman has the ability. All she had to do was create 5 cookbooks. $150 million in the bank. 100% hers. No middleman, no agent, no manager, nobody to pay but your labor and your employees. $150 million yours. Could have been me. Ain't no way in hell that could have been me. Ain't no way in hell. $40 million when I got the potential to make $400 million? No way. There's no way. There's no way. Do you hear me? I need you to hear me. Kip, there is absolutely no way in hell I would have ever signed on. So you could say all you want to about Karina being in Target, Karina being in grocery stores. The problem with being in grocery stores is you have to market. The reason McCormick does well is because McCormick markets their product. They don't just put their product in the store and that's it. You see ads, so they spend money on marketing. The problem most people have when it comes to branding is there's no direct correlation between the amount of money I spend on branding and the amount of money I bring into my business. I'm going to say this again. The reason this slips people's mind is because there is no direct path. There is a correlation. It's not direct between the amount of money I spend in branding versus the amount of money I make in revenue. Let me give you a perfect example, a real life example for me. I have a staff that I spend money on to produce cooking content. Okay. Why do I spend money for this? It brands me in the mind of the people who are going to come across this content, this solidifies in their mind that this dude does one of two things. He either cooks or he reviews restaurants. That's all I want the content to do, is to solidify the idea that I either cook or do restaurant reviews. Because then guess what happens then? Now you're gathered around this idea, this nucleus of thought that's gathered around food. Guess what else Darius has? Congruent product that he owns. Darius is not selling bicycle tires. Darius is not selling hubcap covers. Darius is selling skillet, air fryer, cookbook, glasses that you use in the kitchen. Wait a minute. Isn't that a correlation between what he already does? Yes.
Now, word on the street is not only did Tabitha Brown hear about what he said, but she also responds. She don't mention no names in this clip, but the comment section is given that that's what she had in mind.
How y'all feel about it so far? Whether you know Darius or not, whether you know Tabitha Brown or not, how do you guys feel about everything he said? Now, of course, if you're not a business owner, you don't have a successful business or a business that failed, you probably wouldn't have too much input or an opinion on what he's saying. You probably won't be able to fact check him. You know, I personally feel like it's the delivery. He sounds very passionate now. Okay. He could have used different words, in my opinion, you know, to call her a fool. You a fool. You a fool. You a fool. Could come off a little harsh, you know. And those people who do not know Darius or know that side of Darius or watch him faithfully will probably take offense to it. Now, I'm not saying I do. I've never, when he was doing this video talking about Tab, I've never like really heard him talk like that. And I don't think it's super duper bad, but I think that the world in social media sees Tabitha Brown as, you know, innocent, pure, loving, caring. They respect her. They honor her. She's some people's superhero, you know. And then you hear him say words such as she's a fool. And people are just like, I know you ain't talking about Tabitha. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you ain't talking about auntie like that. You can't be. Is you crazy? And so I feel like Darius, I guess, was trying to give some sort of advice about the situation. But what's done with Tabitha and Walmart and Target and everybody else, it's done. It's done. And she has came on social media plenty of times and was like, I don't regret my decisions. And my life has changed. And I'm able to do this and do that. And this door has opened for me and that door has opened for me. And Tabitha may not be interested in selling her own product on her own website and gaining all of the money. The business that I had, I didn't sell multiple products. I sold a service, right? So I don't know the stress behind having products and what it's like to sell individual products to your customers. But with the business I had, that was stressful. The business that I still have is still service. That's stressful. I closed one of my businesses down. And not because it was stressful. There was other factors there. But what I'm saying is it just may have been easier for Tab to get that. I don't know. I don't even want to put a number on it. You know, whether it's millions or a couple 100,000, whatever. It probably was just easier for her to sign that contract with McCormick or with Target or with Walmart. And she don't got to deal with nothing else. She get her check. Those folks at the warehouse do their warehouse duties, make sure them pallets is sold and shipped and sent where they need to be sent. And she get to sit on her couch, comfortable. As lovely as can be, you know? She don't have to monitor a website. She don't have to hire all these people and hope that they're trustworthy, hope that they're doing their job correctly. She don't have to do none of that. She signed this deal. They use her name, create these products. She throws her little finishing touches on them, approves of them, and go on about her, get her check and go on about her business. Now, this is the video that everyone is saying that Tabitha responds to Darius with.
Y'all all right?
Yeah.
So listen real quick.
Let's go.
I was talking to a good friend today, and he was sharing with me how something that somebody did upset him. And he was like, honey, and they had the nerve to say what they said, right? And so I told him, I said, you know, some folk, that's all they have is the nerve. Honey, they only have the nerve to say foolishness. They only have the nerve to talk about folk. They only have the nerve to look down on folk. They only have the nerve to complain. Some folk, that's all they got is the nerve. And that is why your success get on their nerves. Your happiness get on their nerves. Your joy get on their nerves. Honey, your family and your home get on their nerves. Your job, your career, it gets on their nerves. Because that's all they got.
Say that.
They spend so much time complaining and having the nerve to speak on other folk that that's all that they have gotten left is their nerve. So baby, don't spend your time letting them type of folk get on your nerve. Okay? That's all they got. But you have so much more. Honey, they have no integrity. They have no loyalty. They have no joy, no love, no compassion. They don't have a good family life. They don't have good friendships. That's why they're so focused on other folk. That's why everything get on their nerve. And that's why that's all they got left. Is the nerve to cut up and act a fool. Don't let them folk get to you. All right? Very good. I love you. Now, go about your business. Have the most amazing day. But even if you can't have a good one, don't let nobody get on your nerves, okay? Don't you dare go messing up nobody else's here. I love y'all. Bye.
Okay. All right. So that's what people are saying Tabitha Brown responds with, right? Now, she don't say any names, and it's true, according to the comment section. That video is still on her TikTok, by the way. According to the comment section, everybody like, I hope Darius seen this. This for Darius. I hope Darius, whoop, 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 whoop. So not only did Tabitha allegedly, or subliminally, who knows, react to Darius's comments about her products, we also had a couple of other people around TikTok on these TikTok streets that state their opinion about the situation. Let's listen to a couple of them.
About Tabitha Brown and that nigga Darius Cooks. Girl, first of all, Craig, lead that on in. First of all, why y'all be bothering people who ain't bothering y'all? Well, first of all, Darius Brown was Darius Cooks.
Darius Brown?
Oh, whatever her name is, girl. I'm here. His name is. Don't misgender him. Oh, I'm not. Excuse me, sir. Whatever his name may be. Again, my stuff says F on it. Right. Regardless of what y'all think is right. I can pull it out. All my shit say F on it. F. Now, why he bothering that woman? See, Tabitha is one of those people that he walked up there in Walmart and he didn't see his shit. And you know, Tabitha Brown stays selling out at Walmart. Well, she at Walmart too. I know she was at Target. I mean, Target, yeah.
She at Walmart too.
Tabitha Brown stay selling out at Target. And he better stop before he around and find out. He was sitting over there looking like Wendy. Bitch, you don't remember when mother Tabitha prayed for Wendy and her eyes got bigger than motherfucking 2 plates of Coke on the sauce. And when she vanished afterward, she ain't on there talking about nobody else. And this
not vanished after
her talking about what kind of deal she should have gotten. She should have never signed. Why niggas who ain't got no deal always talking about what somebody else should have done? Talking about her seasonings on the bottom shelf. First of all, they on the shelf. That part. That's all you need to know. They on the shelf. Where yours at? That part. This how we sum up. Where yours at? They on the shelf. They on the shelf, Miss Keisha. Miss Keisha, they on the shelf. I don't give a fuck, Keisha.
I love me some T.S. Madison. T.S. Madison go tell it like it is, okay? T.S. Madison will hurt your feelings quick. So people were so offended by the comment on you sign a deal with Walmart or Target and they get your pallets and now they have your pallets and they put your stuff on the bottom shelf that they actually went into Target to see where Auntie's products were located.
Bottom shelf where, Darius? It's giving multiple shelves. Not the bottom shelf, but all the shelves. Not 1, not 2, but 3 shelves. And her wine on the wine app.
So they like, we gonna call you out on it. We gonna call you out on it and we gonna talk about it. Auntie's stuff is not on the bottom shelf. She actually has multiple shelves, multiple sections of the store, all over the place. She got wine on the wine aisle. She got popcorn on the chip aisle. She got dips and spreads over in the produce section. She got sausages over in the meat department. She's all over the place in these stores. This is Target. Now you go over to Walmart, she got seasonings on the season aisle. And to be honest, I just was in Walmart today and it was on the first and the second shelf. Eye level to me. When I went down, I ain't see her on the bottom, okay? She was on the first and the second shelf. Her seasoning in Target also somewhere about mid-shelf. I ain't gonna hold you. It's about mid-shelf. That's what they saying. That's what they saying. So I guess this has went on a little bit too long for Darius. And as I mentioned in the beginning, y'all, he made a video saying he said what he said and he's not going to apologize. And it just is what it is. Y'all just got to accept it. All right. Now this video is 19 minutes. Let's go ahead and check it out and see what Darius had to say. Let's get it. Hopefully I can continue to sip this right here and Darius don't send me in my kitchen to get my Tabitha wine. Okay. Let's get it.
Right. It's me, Darius. All right. This is going to be the one and only full video explanation. Take it or leave it. All right. If you've been under a rock someplace, apparently I am feuding with our dear lovely Tabitha Brown. Apparently I am envious, and apparently I am jealous of Tabitha Brown, and to the point where I have called her a fool and apparently have upset the entire internet population. Now, it is my understanding that Tabitha is not upset. It is my understanding that I am not upset. It is my understanding that it is the people who are now upset. So I have to address, I guess, the people. Now, I don't know. There's a lot of rumors, a lot of conversation about, me running away and me hiding. I don't know where y'all get this information from. Then somebody said that apparently I was in jail because of a cookbook or something. I can't even no more. As much as I would like to chase rumors and do all that stuff, I recognize that being a person of, nominal success of some sort and having some sort of platform, that means that the people are going to have something to say about your opinion, or especially if it runs counter to what they think or whatever the case may be. So, we have these conversations. If you're new to me, hey, what's up? I'm a live stream king, meaning I live stream several times a day. My platform of preference used to be a place called Periscope, but now it's Instagram Live. And this is the place where I sort of brand myself so that my community feels that they know what's going on. And, it's a place for us to get down and dirty and just have conversation. Every once in a while that funnels its way over to Facebook, where I do have the largest audience on Facebook. 1.6 million people follow on Facebook. And so I guess if I had to trace this whole thing back to where this started, I flew in from Los Angeles, right? I had a day off and I said, you know what I'll do? I'm going to cook live. So I go to the supermarket, the HEB, and I'm HEB live. I do this live on Facebook, right? Because I'm also monetized and people like to see what I'm buying. So we were having, shopping and talking and, just like you're on the phone with your girlfriends, that's how I be on the phone with y'all, talking to y'all. And a question comes up. This is not uncommon. And one of the questions that came up was specifically about my thoughts on Tabitha Brown, right? And like the new air fryer products. And I'm sure the person who asked the question didn't mean any harm by it. But knowing that I also manufacture my own air fryers and sell my own air fryers from my warehouse, I'm assuming that's where the question came from. Just a point of knowledge, right? Fine. So here I am, child, at my virtual kitchen table, talking to my people, having a conversation. And so I'm also openly gay. If you watched any of my restaurant reviews, you know this, right? I tend to use colorful language that is germane to mostly the LGBTQ experience, right? IA plus, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll refer to something as a she, right? You've heard me do this all the time. She this, she that, her, it could be, I don't know, a piece of fried chicken. I will refer to it as a she. Another thing that I often say is the word fool. I say it is in my everyday vernacular, right? Let's say you walk outside and it's cold outside. Oh, the weather's a fool, right? Oh, there's so much sun in my eye. Oh, the sun's a fool, right? Oh, this chicken needs more salt. This chicken is a fool, right? There you go. So people said that I called Tabitha Brown a fool. And I'm thinking to myself, because at first when they said it, I'm like, well, did I? Or what reason would I have had to call her a fool? I don't know the woman. We don't have a conversation. So how could I have just come up and called her a fool? So I had to go back and watch the video. And I'm like, oh, I was responding to a question about brand deals. And that's where the term came up from. So that's all there was, right? That's what the conversation was. But I'll go a step further and kind of tell you sort of what I meant by having this type of conversation. So here's what I meant by having this kind of a conversation, right? So I didn't even go back and rewatch what I had originally said in its completion because I know where my thought was coming from. Also, before I tell you what I meant, people go, did you see so-and-so's response? Did you see Tab's response? I said, no, I didn't see her response. First of all, I don't follow Tabitha Brown. I have nothing against Tabitha Brown at all. But I know I wouldn't have said anything, bad about the woman. So no, I'm not interested in a response because I never said anything to be rude or mean to begin with, right? What I was doing was having a conversation in my community with my people. And y'all took a soundbite and blew it up to more than what it had to be. So let's dig a little deeper. Let's take this opportunity and go a little deeper.
Okay, so similar to what I said, right before I cut the video on, I said maybe it's just his language. Maybe that's just how he talks. And if you don't watch him on it every day or you don't tune into the lives, you wouldn't know that. I know I say certain things. I use certain words that if I was to come on my platform here and say them, just because I use them in my everyday, my wife knows what I mean by them. My siblings know what I mean by them. My family knows what I mean by them. My closest friends know what I mean by them. But you as a viewer who don't know me personally, hearing me say something for the first time here on the internet, you may take offense to it. You know what I'm saying? So some words are not used in every setting because, as I told my wife the other day, the internet is not, she said, the internet is so damn serious. They so serious on the internet. I said, they're not serious on the internet. The internet is not serious. The internet is sensitive. That's what the internet is. The internet is sensitive. They're not serious. The internet ain't even real. Okay. The last thing the internet is serious. They're so sensitive. You got to watch every single thing you say. You got to be on pins and needles when you speak. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I stay guarded the way I do, because I don't know if you guys caught that live I did the other day. I pretty much was saying, if I came out and spoke how I speak and gave y'all all of my opinion on a situation, I would have so many feelings hurt. I would probably lose a lot of subscribers, but I'd probably gain triple that, because at that point it's like, oh, she's going in. People like mess, people like drama, whatever. So I keep my reactions and my opinion to a certain level, baby. I promise you I do. Because if I said all of what I thought and all of what I felt, feelings would be hurt. So to bring it back in, right? To bring it back in, bring it back to topic, bring it back on subject. He said, and we heard him say, apparently there was 2 separate lives. One live he did at home. The one that we watched was him in the car. But in the one that we seen of him in the car, he said Tabitha is a fool for accepting that deal. She could have did it herself, right? But that was just his language. That was just him saying like, Tabitha's crazy. Or he could have simply said, I don't think Tabitha should have took that deal. But instead, he's using his own lingo and he like, Tabitha a fool. And the way it was delivered and the way people caught what he threw out, flipped it and reversed it, and seemed like they tried to make it seem like he meant something that he didn't mean. That's what I'm getting from it. Y'all let me know down in the comment section if y'all feel what I'm saying, if we on the same page. If not, let me know your difference of opinion. Remember, I like to talk, not tussle.
And I will expound upon what I meant. So I do not know the specifics of whatever brand deal Tabitha Brown has. Don't know, don't even care. It's not even relevant to the conversation. What I do know is that if said person would have taken the idea to create products, the idea to put products on the market, coupled with what I know to be true about e-commerce, coupled with what I know to be true about converting sales on social media, she would have made more money. Now that's what I said, right? If a person owns the entire process, not just uses their name, they would make more money. Now, who is even to say that this is what Tabitha Brown wants to do, right? Tabitha Brown may not be interested in owning her own Shopify store and pushing her own product across the... She may be perfectly fine with what she's doing. And if she's perfectly fine with that, there's no problem with this, right? All I'm saying, and all I said to the person who asked, was that you could have generated a lot more money. Now, what I did was I created a company and some examples. Now, I did create Tab's company. We're going to call this the Very Good Company LLC as a point of illustration. And let's just say you had a conversation with, you know, the team and the people and whoever else, and you say, okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to come up with 5 products, really 10. But we're going to do 5 major products and 5 minor products. This is going to be our product suite. I imagine this is what any company does if they say they want to get into the business of manufacturing products. You say, okay, what do we want our products to look like? So you do 5 major, 5 minor. Why 5 major? Because you can make a lot of money off the major products. Why 5 minor? Because everybody doesn't have major money, right? And so you don't want to leave anybody out who may want to support your brand. So we create 5 products that are major. I called it a pressure cooker, a juicer, air fryer, a stand mixer, and a blender. Let's sell those for $65 a piece, right? Most you're gonna spend is $65 a product, okay? And on the minors, I said, oh, let's call it, I don't know, let's do a seasoning blend for $29. We'll do, I don't know, a 5-pack seasoning blend for $29. We'll do 3 cookbooks, right? And then we'll do a kitchen towel set for $29. Everybody got $29 if you want to support. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. Now, I don't know how many followers she has. I think somebody said in the comments she has in excess of 4 million followers. Great. You have in excess of 4 million followers, not a big deal here. But she does have likability. She does have viral content ability. So the reach is beyond 4 million people. She's a household name. You and I both know this. So what I said was, let's figure out a number that's manageable in terms of the number of orders. Let's just call it something. Let's call it 500,000. Is it possible for the Very Good Company, led by Tabitha Brown, to generate 500,000 orders? It's easy, right? Yeah, absolutely. And we're calling this 500,000 in the course of a full year, so a 12-month rolling period, right? Okay, so the people who are going to support you will do so at your launch, right? Because you have different tiers of people. If you're building a business or you're building a brand or you're selling on social media, you have core support. Doesn't matter what you do. I have a new cell phone I'm offering. Cool, Darius, I trust you, I know you, I like you, I want it, I'm buying it, no big deal. Then you have some people that have like sort of, they support, but they're sort of second level, second tier support. And what I mean by that is they'll go, yeah, I will support you, but I'm not gonna jump the moment you say it's on sale. I might wait a little bit because it's not that important to me or whatever the case may be. And then you have the third level of people who will definitely support, but only with a discount. You know what I'm saying? Or after they've seen it 4, 5, 6, 9 times, then they'll support. So I'm taking those 3 tiers of people and putting them into this population of 500,000, knowing that on launch, if she does this right, which means she ramps up, right? This is coming, let's do stuff online, let's cook with it, let's show you what's coming, so that you gear people to be excited about it, then cool, we can launch on launch day to 75,000 orders. Now, let's break out that 75,000 orders to average. Now remember, our full population is 500,000. I'm only focused on 75,000 from our launch. I'll deal with the other 425 in 1 second. If I break out that full 75,000 on my launch, and let's say half of these people buy high ticket items on average to a person, and half of them buy low ticket items to a person, you're looking at the average spend of $162.50 for my major products and $73 for my minor products. All right. If you do the math, and let's say you take 37,500 people buy my products and they spend $162.50 on my launch, that's $6.1 million. You take the other population, the other 37,000 that's going to support on my launch, but they're buying my minor products and they have an average spend of $73, that's $2.7 million. So on launch, I just generated $8.8 million in revenue in my business on launch. I don't know anybody who's going to sneeze and poo-poo off 8.8 million to their bottom line. Now, I did say we had a population of 500,000 people, but I've only dealt with 75,000. Where are the other 425,000? They're going to be buying throughout the course of the year. You don't just launch and go away. You launch, you create content, you use the product, you do live streams, you do sales, you do Black Friday, you do Cyber Monday. So we're making up the remainder of this 500,000 throughout the course of the year. So if we take the same logic and we deal with the 425,000 people, half of those people are going to spend major, half will spend minor. My major spend is $108 per person. My minor spend is $48 a person. The reason I know that my major spend at $108 is doable is because you spend that with me. I just came off of doing 2 flash sales last month and made $250,000. Had the average order in the cart, $243. So to say that your average order is 108 from somebody who is more popular than me, more well-known than me, and has more followers than me is a complete understatement. So if we deal with the $108 spend times 212,000 people, that's $23 million over the course of a year. If I take the other half of the population and do their lower spend at $48, that's $10.2 million a year. So we end up with 6.1 and 2.7 at launch and 23 million and 10.2 during our annual on year one. That's a total of $42 million.
He did the math, didn't he?
That's all I said. That's all I said. Is that their opportunity here to generate and this is year one. Imagine what would happen if you double down and said, year 2, year 3, year 4, I'm going to advance from 10 products to 15, from 15 to 20. We can deal with all of the overhead, the capital costs, all of the processes. We can deal with that on the back end. I'm simply talking about what the revenue outlook looks like in a situation. And you're looking at a situation where you're 42 million your first year. If you just replicate what you did year one for the next 10 years, it's $500 million in sales. I'm not sure anybody who's going to sneeze at $500 million in sales to their company. Yes, I understand that Tabitha is doing fine. I understand that Tabitha is rich. I understand that she has made a name for herself. 2 things could be true. I could still like somebody, don't have an issue with somebody, and still talk about them at the same time. I have no issue with this woman whatsoever. I was answering a question in my community about brand deals and about the deal with about Target. And sure, I don't know what her deal is with Target, but I do know people who've had products in Target. In fact, I know an ex-friend of mine who was under a contract in Target and needed to borrow $60,000 from me to fulfill their obligation, or else they would end up owing Target, right? I know people who were in Walmart who are now no longer in Walmart because of the bad deals that come with the big box stores, right? I know people, and again, this is different from putting your product in the store versus having them approach you to work with you. Completely understand that. Right? I'm not negating the fact that this woman is doing amazingly well. This conversation is not about how well she's doing. The conversation is about what I feel like is a missed opportunity and what I feel like is missed revenue. My job every day is to look at the landscape and see what's missing and then develop something around it. So naturally, looking at this, I said to myself, gosh, and again, I get it. This ain't what she want to do. It's fine if this is not what she want to do. She don't have to do it. But it's not that it shouldn't be to the point that we can't have a conversation about something without y'all thinking that somebody is hating, right? I'm blessed, and I mean extremely blessed to make multi-7 figures in my business year over year. You guys support me like nobody's business. When I come out with a new product, when I come out with something in the kitchen, a new cookbook, you guys are on top of it, buying them up left and right. I have nothing And when I say nothing, I need you to hear me. I have no reason to be jealous of anybody when I recognize how well God's hand is over my life, right? I'm currently building a multi-million-dollar project 10,000 miles away. I don't have nothing to be hating on nobody about, but I'm a businessman, right? I'm an entrepreneur. So it's cool to look at examples of what we know to be true with certain things and just have conversation around it. And that's exactly what happened. But it seems like the people took everything completely out of context and wanted to just, I don't know, maybe it was me. Maybe you just don't like, I don't know. I'm going to say this, but I don't know if it's true. Maybe you just don't like me. So maybe the fact that it came out of my mouth is an absolute, is an issue. But if you take the name away, take the Tabitha Brown name away from the conversation, the numbers and the data still range true, right? I don't know where this woman's products are on the shelf. They said, oh, he said that they put our stuff on the bottom shelf. I don't know that to be true. How would I know that, right? What I said was I had
you don't go in the store,
friends who were in Target, and the complaint was that their products were on lower shelves. But you hear something, you think you hear what you heard, and then you take it out of context, or you hear a sound bite and you just run with it. So hopefully this breakdown makes a lot more sense for you. And again, too, I also need you to understand that this is intended for my community, right? If you are not a regular in my community, if you're not a regular in my live streams, yeah, you're going to misconstrue everything I've said because there's no historical context. So I would expect you to misunderstand, right? The people who are there, the hundreds of people or sometimes thousands who are there every night, every conversation, this conversation and this information was intended for that particular audience. So I don't make any apologies for what I said. I don't take back what I said. I didn't say anything rude. Didn't say anything negative. I don't have any issues with anybody. I wish the world for everybody. There's more than enough resources for everybody to be successful. Y'all took it and ran with it, so I'm gonna let you have it. All right, I'll let you have it. But ain't nothing stopping over here, girl. We're gonna keep trucking on, keep doing what we're doing, and my name stay in people's mouth, and then I stay in mess, and I'm sure this ain't the last time this is gonna happen. So until the next time there's some more mess, I'll talk to you soon, y'all.
How y'all feel about it? How do y'all feel about it? Do you guys think that this is just one of those cases, right? Because we've seen it before. One of those cases where something has happened, someone has put something out on the internet, and the viewers that are on the internet instigate the situation so much that it becomes just this huge thing that is like so unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? Like, he said what he said, right? He said it to his people. He said it on his live and all of that. He said what he said. He said it. And he said he ain't taking it back, right? He called her a fool, but he was just using his own lingo. He wasn't literally saying, and it's not me taking up for him, this is just me reiterating what he said. He's saying, that's my lingo. That's just how I talk. That's just a figure of speech. She a fool. That's just, everything is referred to as a fool. And I describe certain objects or call certain objects and things she that are not human, like chicken or lotion or weather or whatever, right? He's like, this is how I talk. So if you don't know how I talk and you don't see how I get down, you don't understand my humor, you wouldn't get it. And so he also says, maybe it's because it came out of my mouth. Maybe the viewers don't like me and they're the ones that made this thing so big and just twisted my words up and chopped my words up and all of this. And it didn't even have to be this huge. It wasn't even that deep. And now, if you guys remember, the first video we reacted to where Darius was in the car talking about it, and the creator, and let me give her credit too. That's one thing we're going to do over here. Let me give her credit. Her name is Summer's Room. Let me show y'all so y'all can go check her out if you like. Summer's Room. If y'all remember the video we was reacting to, and then this popped up and she came in with a little commentary and she said, look, right here, he is not talking about Tabitha Brown. He's talking about somebody else. When he said, you get the pallets, Target and Walmart, get your pallets and put your stuff on the bottom shelf. He didn't say that they were going to put Tabitha stuff on the bottom shelf. He didn't say that Tabitha stuff was on the bottom shelf. Now, for him to come and say, how would I know where your stuff is on the shelf? Bruh, you don't go to the store. And maybe he don't. Some people don't. Okay. Some people do not go to the store. They get everything delivered to their house. Somebody else shop for them. They do not go to the store, so they wouldn't know whatever. But hey, I feel like he's been in the store and he's seen her stuff before. But what he's saying is he don't follow her. And apparently he doesn't support her in the way of buying her product because he sells his own product. You know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. Do you guys think this is just a case where people are making something way bigger than what it has to be, way bigger than what it was intended to be, and just instigating a situation? Or do you think there was a little bit of shade coming from Darius? I also want to know if you guys watch or tune in to any of Darius's content. Like I said, I watch the restaurant reviews. I've never personally seen him cook. I've never heard of him cooking, you know, until I recently ran across his channel and he says like, hey, I'm a chef. Woo. But do y'all watch his content? Do y'all like his content? Have you heard bad things about him? Left a nasty taste in your mouth and you don't tune in. You don't care to tune in. Have you been allegedly scammed by him and you don't mess with him no more? Anything he says, do you not care about how good it is or how bad it is? You're going to always go against the grain when it comes to him because you don't like him that much? Let me know in the comment section. I would like to know. I like to talk, not tussle, y'all. All right. Look, that's all I got for you right now. If you like videos from me and you want to see more is to come. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, because right now, King Day is out. Peace. The motherfucking building.
Run it up was up. JBRISKO, not no amateur. Run that shit, we had all the show. Say that shit for your camera.